Bernstein Unfiltered. Unfiltered on 312 Sports.
Unfiltered. Happy meteorological autumn. Happy post-Labor Day. We are ready to go. It feels like football season. It's now September. That means it's getting very football-y. And we are going to talk some football today on this episode of DBU. We have a lot more to discuss as well. On our list of things to our left, I want to talk about what we saw on ESPN last night and just what the hell that was all the way around. I want to discuss what this week is going to be for your Chicago Bears with a lot of space to fill and not a lot of news.
I need a game.
We are going to discuss the controversy between Northwestern and Tulane regarding a jersey choice that should not have gotten to this point. There were some bad decisions that were made. Maddie's got some baseball stuff for us. Also, an observation from my weekend that I am trying to figure out. Maybe you've noticed this too. I just need some help with trying to understand a certain business proposition that doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me. But I'm an idiot. Remember that. There may be something obvious that I don't understand, and somebody is going to knock on the side of my head and say, idiot. That's what this is. So maybe you can be that person.
I will happily call you an idiot.
I know that.
That's not an issue.
Is Matt Abaticola, and I am the DB of DBU. ESPN absolutely embarrassed itself last night. Look, I get it that you are a marketing arm of an entertainment company. I understand that. But you're as in the tank as you can possibly be for Bill Belichick? Like, what was that? What went into all of the buildup? Everything. Then for everyone say, well, he's my friend, and I'm picking him. Well, he's my good friend, and I never watch pregame, but I did because I was.
You save yourself a lot of problems by not watching.
It makes me angry.
Yeah,
pregame makes me angry, and it did again last night. And I need to look. I have to try to not make myself angry. It's bad for me. I know now certain things are bad for me.
You're not going to like it when
Twitter's
he's mad.
Bad for me.
Yeah.
Pregame's
bad for you.
Especially on ESPN.
Yeah.
Stop calling Nick Saban coach. His name is Nick. It's his name. He's a human being. He has a name. And I don't understand what some people are actually doing there and how it's all supposed to work. But I was cooking. I was making I happened upon this awesome pasta dish that Beth and Zoe really, really like. You'd like it. It's a goat cheese lemon arugula pasta. Oh. So it's a really good sort of summer.
What kind of pasta do you use?
Last night I used shells, medium-sized shells, because I like the fact that when I put them in the sauce, they keep a little bit of pasta water in them, and it makes it sort of. I don't have to. It makes everything kind of creamy at the end with the goat cheese and all that. But I was cooking. I had it on, and all I was doing was seething over all this stuff. Stop glazing Bill Belichick for no reason. It doesn't get you anywhere.
Well, we talked about this a little bit last week when you mentioned the Old Patriot weirdness, and it's continuing on. And, over the weekend on Fox, I saw a commercial. Fox NFL ran a commercial promoting Tom Brady's football knowledge. Have you ever seen an NFL analyst have a commercial to promote their football knowledge?
Even though he doesn't seem to have any that he wants to give anyone.
But they're trying to sell you on the fact that he doesn't have it.
I know.
And we talked about that.
Yes. But last night was strange, off-putting, and then they couldn't hide from the fact that he's getting his ass kicked and his team is playing like horse shit. Where do you go from there? And there's then they show Mike Lombardi sitting in there with his bowl haircut, scowling at everyone with his little binoculars or whatever you're doing. It was just weird. You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Cover the game. And then it reminded me of all the Coach Prime garbage. And they keep calling him. His name is Deion Sanders. Why can't you say Deion Sanders? Every other coach has a name. Why is he allowed to say, oh, no. I'm Coach Prime. It's just call him Deion Sanders. That is his name.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick has a name. Deion Sanders has a name. Call him by his name. But after a while, it just laid bare all of the ass licking that's going on. Just call it. Watch it. Maybe they saw last year's numbers. They saw the Colorado silliness from last year and figured, well, at least we can get a short-term bump with the same thing. He'll win this game. We'll do some sports stupid, because that's what it is, which I was thinking about, and I want to bring this back next week. Did you see who retired over the weekend?
No.
Jeremy Lin.
Oh, did he really?
So, and I always think of great moments in sports stupid.
Yeah.
And
that was one of them. 100%.
Oh, is that and the Tim Tebow stuff that somehow the Lord Jesus has come down and changed football for everyone.
Right.
But this is now it's one thing to roll with a little bit of sports stupid. It's another thing to go out of your way to pull every lever to create it.
See, here's the thing though, and it's interesting because I bought into it with the Coach Prime stuff. Ugh. Like I not bought into where I was there and at every game, but I checked out Colorado football deliberately because of the Coach Prime stuff. Well, and like that got me into it. But here's the thing.
But I did too, because as a Heisman voter, they got two guys who you got to watch.
But I'm not a Heisman voter. I got into it because I liked Deion Sanders. I like his character. I liked him. I liked him as an athlete. Watching him as a kid.
Call him Coach Prime.
Yeah. But here's the difference with Belichick. No one outside of the New England area likes Bill Belichick. No one's going to want to watch North Carolina football because of I deliberately want to stay away even further from North Carolina football because of Bill Belichick. I liked Deion Sanders. It got me into Colorado football. I watched.
It's a situation where you've got a guy who isn't really interesting or likable.
Correct.
And at least Tom Brady.
He went out of his way to not be likable.
Yeah, Tom Brady is likable but not interesting. And that's the problem that they have.
And not human.
In all of the Patriots' weirdness issues.
His face is going to fall off during a broadcast one day, and it's going to be all wires and he's 100%.
Like Westworld.
Yes.
Yes. Right. Don't make me hate college football because of what you're doing. Just don't make me cringe every time I feel like I have to watch the TV with like one eye closed just in case you're going to spend 20 minutes talking about Bill Belichick in North Carolina. And before you even say, I don't have a Duke rooting interest. This has nothing to do. I've always liked the University of North Carolina. Always.
Yeah.
Always. And to the fact where by senior year, we were living halfway down to 15501 almost, so we could spend all our time in Chapel Hill.
Oh, really?
This is when I was a student at Duke. We didn't want to be in Durham. We wanted to hang out.
It's
friends
just more
over
fun,
there.
or what?
Yes,
I mean, okay.
It's better.
Okay.
Chapel Hill is better. I'd rather go to Duke, but Chapel Hill is just better. And everybody at Northgate, we never had a problem with anyone there. It's the whole rivalry thing. Sure, you wanted to win, but
that wasn't a thing. It wasn't like a big. Like, wasn't like a real thing. It was more.
It was for some people.
Really?
I don't know, but
Okay.
but hanging out in Chapel Hill, it's better. The restaurants were better. I think things have changed a little bit now, but it's where you wanted to be.
Yeah, I'll watch any North Carolina basketball game, and I always have. You know, it's got but it's like I don't care about North Carolina football, and now I care even less because of Bill Belichick.
But you just enjoy. It is going to be forced down your throat, and everybody, they were admittedly in the tank for him. Well, he's my friend, and I got to root for him. I'm going to pick my friend because he's my friend. All right. Well, can somebody else cover the game for me and tell me what's actually happening out there? And then he did another pregame. He's like, well, we got to work in fundamentals. I see you're wearing a cutoff hoodie. That's kind of my thing.
I have zero interest.
Ugh.
There's nothing about the guy. I want to hear from him on anything. I just don't.
I'm keeping close tabs on that situation. I hope it doesn't get too crazy.
It's going to be. It's going to get worse.
Speaking of which, the same is going to be this week for the Bears, and we're probably going to be guilty of contributing to it. So I want to talk about that as well. This is Bears Silly Week. Here's why. There was no exhibition game. Are you opening a... What is that?
It's a peach Waterloo.
Okay.
Sorry.
Don't apologize.
All right.
Well, you love those.
I do. I drink them all the time. It's all day long.
Yeah.
I brought a case here last week and left it in the fridge, and then I came back from Italy and it was gone.
Was it? Find out who's taking those.
No,
I hate that.
I know, but it's fine.
I hate
Now I leave it warm on my desk.
workplace fridge pirates. Yar. Workplace fridge pirates. Raise the Jolly Roger. The space that is required to fill for the Bears this week is 20 times the content.
Yeah, it's just it's hard. It's hard getting to that first game.
Oh boy, are we going to hear there is not going to be a stone unturned when it comes to your Bears coverage this week, because there are going to be a lot of people in that Bears media room at Hallis Hall looking at each other.
It's like, yeah, I mean, you have to go an extra day too. You have to get till Monday
looking at each
yeah,
other like,
you got to find stories. Like, I read a story this morning about why people don't like Caleb Williams. Like, I know. Like, I get it though. I feel bad.
I'm working on a bit. So I'm sometime this week, remind me to do my bit on this, because I'm compiling ideas here.
Okay.
For potential Bears silly week stories.
Okay.
Then you got to decide if it is a plausible Bears story or an implausible Bears story.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how far can we push it before something gets completely ridiculous? It's just, we're out of stuff. Because we've seen everything. Oh, today might be the day, though.
But no, yeah, there is one thing left.
Today might be the day when they finally announce that Braxton Jones is the starting left tackle.
Well, they're not sure yet because they need someone to step up and take that spot.
Yeah, they want to make sure that somebody slams that door.
Because it hasn't, like, they haven't named it yet, right?
I don't think so.
Like, officially?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's going to be Pope Bob.
Yeah, I'm wondering who it is. I'm really excited to hear.
I know you are. It's obviously Braxton Jones, but they still haven't said, well, we haven't.
You never know.
And at least th're not doing the thing with the depth chart where they name co-starters. Ooh, the skullduggery. Now you've got an advantage in the game because you've named.
If you named co-starters, could they both be out there at the same time though? Because that might be the way to go at left tackle.
Two of them.
To have two of them.
Would you now? If you could do that, would you do one behind the other? One next to the
no.
One on top
shoulders.
Of it.
Yeah,
one on top.
100%.
Like Master Blaster.
Yes.
Oh, like chicken fighting.
Yes.
Yeah, like this 600-pound.
Because that's intimidating.
9 foot tall.
Yeah. Well,
see, no. Because then
9 foot.
Well,
so they're both 4.5 feet tall.
No, if the guy's sitting on, he's not standing on his shoulders. He's sitting.
I want him
to
stand.
He can't stand. Well, he is wearing shoulder pads.
Yeah,
that doesn't stand. That doesn't help you. They're
like circus act.
But it doesn't help you win. I think it's
intimidating.
I say next to each other
because I like imagine Micah Parsons. Like, coach, how am I supposed to go against that guy?
He's hurt already.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he said that he needs an epidural injection to be able to play.
Is he giving birth?
That's what I thought too.
Oh.
Like usually that's an epidural block where you can't.
Oh,
you
so
can't
you
feel your
anything.
lower half unless it's the old Blackhawks physician. Remember that Dr. Kolb?
That wasn't a needle.
No, do you remember that? It was Chelios, right? Before a playoff game, and he needed
probably. It sounds like something Chelios would do.
And he gave him a shot, and he deadened his entire leg. Thanks, Doc.
Does that make it better to skate?
No, that's on the Hall of Fame list of pregame doctor mistakes, except for the guy that punctured the quarterback's lung.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was a bad thing to do. I think the '85 team took those shots right in the neck, and it kind of deadened everything up.
Back in our day, everybody got a shot in the neck and
we
a
didn't
kick
want to
in the
think
ass.
or feel nothing.
And we didn't even use doctors. The coach gave all the shots.
Yeah.
Line up, gang
of Merlot. Wait, what? Are we not going to do Bears headlines though? Because I gotta.
No, save them.
I got a good one.
I got several, but my list isn't quite cooked up yet.
Okay. All right.
I was thinking, we can't do it tomorrow because we have a special guest tomorrow.
We do have a special guest tomorrow. When are you going to announce that?
Right now.
You sure?
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah. Tomorrow we're going to be joined by Terry Boers on Dan Bernstein Unfiltered.
Yeah, that'll be the whole episode.
Yep.
A little visit with Uncle Terry.
Hang out and talk about life and things, and it'll be fun. Why does the board say Guy Fieri on it?
So, did you know that Hunter Fieri, who is Guy's son, he got married over the weekend? Okay. So I'm reading the story about the wedding, and really interesting stuff. But the reason I want to get to it because they buried the lead in the story in the very final line of the story itself. But if Guy Fieri's kid is getting married, who do you think made the food for the wedding? You have any guesses?
If Guy Fieri's kid.
I mean, this is as he put it, it's pretty baller, and it is pretty baller.
Okay, I know. Are you asking who I would pick among all of the Food Network? Is it a Food Network chef?
There were several people that were involved. So there was one particular chef who did the rehearsal dinner.
Okay, let me. Oh boy, I think
you have to think to, and the rehearsal dinner chef I'm going to give you because you wouldn't guess this is Chef Lorena Garcia.
Okay,
so she's a Food Network, but she's not like that. You have to think to the games or the shows that he hosts and the chefs that he's tight with that are always on those shows. I don't think like Guys Grocery Games.
I don't think that I know it well enough.
And
but
they cook at Guys Ranch.
Okay, I would say my first choice, even though I think he's moved past his D-bag phase, my first choice would be Bobby Flay.
Oh yeah, but I don't think he and Bobby are that tight.
Okay,
but I want to do brunch at Bobby's house.
I bet it's great.
In New York, just hang out.
I bet it's great.
And just have a day.
What about Michael Simon?
Michael Simon and Bobby Flay are best buds.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to think of whose food I would like.
I think you would
Jeffrey Zakarian.
Oh, another great guest. No, he's buddies with he's on The Kitchen, right? Isn't that the show they're on?
I just think he's awesome.
With our guy Jeff Morrow.
Oh, but what about your crush?
Who? Which one?
Amanda Freitag.
Oh, no, she wasn't in it. But they're pals. I thought you meant Ina Garten. That's my real crush.
I know. You're going to elbow Jeffrey out of the way.
No, I want to keep Jeffrey there and hang out. Their place in Nantucket.
No, it's Long Island.
Are they? Don't they?
Yeah,
they're in
the Hamptons. They're in the Hamptons.
Oh, they are? Okay.
I'm sure they have a place in Hamptons. Three places in Nantucket.
No, so Antonio LaFaso.
I got a limerick about that.
Antonio LaFaso cooked for the wedding. Aaron May, and then Sonoma County Catering Chef Cesar Orozco. So they did the wedding. But Antonio LaFasa, she just won his that game show they do, that Tournament of Champions. Well,
you watch a lot of Food Network.
I do, and I watch a lot of Guy Fieri. So anyway, here's the whole. So I'm reading about the wedding. Great, good luck to the kid Hunter. He got married. But the bottom line, the very final line of the entire thing is why we really needed to hear is he has a new competition series coming out. It's coming out in 2026 on Food Network and HBO Max, and it's called Guys FlavorTown Games.
Ooh.
So if this is...
Do we get to go to FlavorTown?
Well, here's the thing. If this is a regular person competition, like a regular guy, average Joe...
You're going to apply?
I am going for it. Because
awesome.
If someone needs to be on Guys FlavorTown Games...
It's you.
With my supplies of Guys Waterloo flavors...
Yeah, it was meant to be.
Yes. So, yeah, that was all I wanted to share with you, because I'm very excited about Guys FlavorTown Games. Can you imagine how big the flavors will be at FlavorTown?
Almost incomprehensibly
big.
I don't know how you handle it.
When you export flavors from FlavorTown into regular town...
Oh, I'm gonna tariff the shit out of it, though.
But
I'm gonna slap tariffs on FlavorTown like you wouldn't believe. I'm gonna tariff FlavorTown back to the Stone Age.
It's gonna cost a lot.
There's gonna be no flavors left.
Oh boy,
big beautiful tariffs.
Yeah, do you tariff it with flavor or do you tariff it with money?
They're going to have to pay. Everything's going to cost more here, and I'm going to take the money because people so crave the flavor from FlavorTown that people are going to cough up their money.
Tell you, once you've had flavor from FlavorTown, you never want to go back.
I'm trying to figure out what happened between Northwestern and Tulane, other than the fact that somebody might have given you gave you the starting quarterback for the old Green Wave, gave you that -4 that ended up being an easy cover.
Yeah, you actually know what you're talking about.
Well, it's a very thin slice of the sports pie. That's another episode, another podcast, the sports pie. Hello there.
Give it 5.
I don't know.
5 slices.
I don't know. 5 slices, maybe 7, but. What has happened in the aftermath now still raises questions about why Northwestern didn't agree to wear something other than their white jerseys. If you're just following, Tulane coach John Sumrall made a motivational speech to his team out of the fact that Northwestern denied Tulane their request to wear their white jerseys. And the reason they wanted to wear their white jerseys was to honor the 2005 team that played right after Hurricane Katrina. The green helmets with no decals, but they couldn't wear their white jerseys. They wanted to, but Northwestern said no. You can't, because we get to where we have right of first refusal on white jerseys. We are wearing the white jerseys. And Sumrall said, they're disrespecting New Orleans. They're disrespecting everyone who lived here. And to whatever extent it worked, we don't know. Maybe they were going to beat them no matter what they were wearing because their quarterback.
Because they're better?
Because the Northwestern quarterback kept throwing it to Tulane defensive backs. And by the way, Tulane defensive backs have better hands than Tulane wide receivers. Because the wide receivers were dropping that would have been 40-3 if they'd held on to a damn pass. Sorry. I was watching the game very, very closely.
Yes.
And
invested emotionally.
Well, this is happening now because
I know. It's that's the way it goes. I told you, like when Lipscomb made the tournament against North Carolina, I was out watching the 15-2. Cheering for Lipscomb against North Carolina in basketball.
And
come on.
Jason was there. My son Jason is a junior at Tulane, and he was in the student section there. Talk about this is the dumbest college football tradition, by the way. First touchdown.
Well, that's a whole list.
Everyone throws empty beer cans from, into, and at the student section.
Empty beer cans.
Apparently, yes.
Okay.
Or half full. All I know is I was in the student section.
Well, that's a waste of beer.
And I was asking why beer cans were raining down on our heads. Like, oh, it's tradition. That's a really dumb tradition. To throw beer cans at people. Yeah. But, they're college students, so most of them are stupid.
Right.
Even there, I guess. Right. At least on game day.
And drunk.
Right. Drunk for an 11 a.m. kickoff. And then they nap.
Oh, that's
for 3
probably
hours.
a 7 o'clock starter. Probably started at 7 a.m., 6 or 7.
I couldn't do that. I tried that once in college. Once. All these southern gentlemen out there with their girlfriends with their hairspray and these guys in tweed jackets with the elbow patches.
Where at?
Drinking in the parking lot at Duke. All drinking their bourbon and Cokes. And I was like, I'll try this. And Bourbon like, where's Bernstein? He's over there throwing up.
So dumb.
It's right. It's too early in the day.
Now I dislike Duke even more.
Oh, that's nothing compared to like the real Southern University when everybody's out there drinking.
Just have a beer and put a hoodie on and seriously.
Oh, no, the fraternities and sororities and the whole thing. So anyway, why didn't Northwestern just say sure?
That's.
Sure.
Why? I mean, that's
why
the whole idea of we have the right of first. Let them wear it. It was for Katrina. I mean, they wanted to honor a team.
But the aftermath is making it even worse because apparently David Braun, the head coach of Northwestern, is saying, "Look, I understand what happened with New Orleans. He mentioned that he and his teammates from Winona State went there in 2006 and they volunteered digging houses out of the muck. So he saw firsthand.
Well, then he should have been more open to the idea as well.
Exactly. And it sounds like it might have been above his head. Because most of these universities have a uniform czar. Oregon started it. Oregon and Phil Knight and they hired, you remember the golfer Casey Martin?
Yeah.
Who was allowed to use a cart because he had the degenerative foot condition.
Yeah.
Casey Martin was making like $1 million a year. He might still be there. I don't know. But now all schools have a uniform coordinator fashion person. And it may just been at that level. But what they're saying is that Northwestern said teams had agreed on which uniforms, but Tulane then asked on August 17th to switch to white jerseys. They said such decisions are made months in advance, and given the short window of time for their equipment staff to make the change, the request was denied. In 2 weeks, you can't wear a different jersey? Right. Somebody explain this to me. Somebody tell me how it's possible. Just wear a different shirt. Pack a different shirt.
Yeah,
what takes 2 weeks?
I don't know if you're trying to be too football-y and try to take every advantage and they really want to wear the white jerseys.
Well,
let's
boomeranged on them if that's the case.
Yeah.
And they should have seen that coming.
It's really stupid. I mean, it's 20 years since Katrina hit New Orleans and decimated the city of New Orleans and has ruined so many lives and killed near almost 2,000 people, and they wanted to honor the football team. Like, just let them wear the jersey. What's the big deal?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand. First of all, what takes 2 weeks? Well, we would have done it, but boy, we didn't have enough time. 2 weeks to wear a different jersey? Come on. Like, it almost makes it worse.
Yeah. To say that as your excuse, why?
And if, in fact, your head coach did actually have this kind of empathy.
Right.
For Katrina victims,
if he saw it
why
firsthand,
why wouldn't he have just said, "Yeah, of course we'll wear a different jersey"? Big deal.
Yeah, and then you use that as an opportunity to put yourself in a position to look even better than you are outside of just the football realm of things, and say, let's take a moment to honor the memories of those that were lost in such a horrific disaster, catastrophe that the government didn't do shit for days to help them with for anything.
But that's okay because FEMA now is stripped down to about a 20th of what it was. So if you thought heck of a job brownie was a thing, just you wait. Braun said, understand where he's coming from. He did a great job of utilizing that to really motivate his team. So even there, he's kind of taking a shot at him. Like, well, it was this nothing little thing and he used it to motivate his team. Why don't you lead with the fact that you were digging out homes, that you yourself and your teammates were down there in 2006 digging out homes. Lead with that. Don't, well, he did a great job motivating his team, I guess. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Just be cooler. Be nicer.
It's really dumb.
Just be nicer.
Really
Say,
dumb.
Sure. I think somehow in the next 2 weeks, we'll figure out how to be able to pack and wear a different jersey. We could probably do that. I just don't think it's that hard.
Like, are they required to get their jerseys set 3 weeks ahead of time and sent to the stadium and in the locker room? And I mean, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
So.
Like, as that being your number one excuse, it's just really stupid.
Right.
And I would totally recommend on Netflix the Spike Lee documentary that's out about Katrina right now. It was just we watched over the weekend, and it was heartbreaking and infuriating, and it's unbelievable that was our country 20 years ago.
If you need windows, you know who to call. Russ Armstrong, my guy. He is Chicago Window Guys, and he comes to your house. He'll give you the estimate, just like he did for me. And as he said to me, he'll look it over, he'll do some measurements, and then he makes the windows. He custom makes the windows. And then when they're ready to install, his people come out and do it. He doesn't use any subcontracted labor. The crew works for him. So the same people that installed my windows and made everything perfect and clean will install your windows. And one thing you can do is when you are getting quotes and trying to compare prices, make sure you ask anybody else who is going to be in my house and outside my house and around my house installing these windows. And they won't be able to tell you, because they use subcontracted labor, and that's a tell that they do. And also, when you're getting quotes, you'll understand, and Russ will explain why some of these offers aren't real, and he'll match any price, so you don't have to worry about that. Call him, 847-302-9171, and check out all the 5-star reviews at ChicagoWindowGuys.com. He is Russ Armstrong. He is waiting for your call, 847-302-9171.
So, real quick, I want to just go back on what we talked about with the Cubs last week. We looked at the Cubs, talked about the fact that they were the fourth team in the playoffs, number one wild card team. Got to keep that position. We're done looking at the actual division itself. You know, if something were to happen, complete disaster for the Brewers. But stay the 4 seed, stay the number one wild card team. So we looked at the last 29 games and looked at the schedule and said, what would be reasonable for this team? Their ability to play defense and to pitch and to hit. 19-10 is what we said. 19-10 would be a reasonable, rather lofty expectations for a baseball team. But for this team that was the best in the first half of the season.
And they gave one away over the weekend in Colorado.
Right.
And then they got it back, I thought, yesterday.
Yeah. So they lost the final game of that Giants series, which completed the sweep, which was awful. Needed the sweep against Colorado, take 2 or 3, and then last night losing 6-4, come back and they win 7-6 in extras. So get that back. So after 5 games right now, 3-2 on their pace for that 19-10. Okay. Still 3 games ahead of San Diego, who is in the 5th spot with the Mets in the 6th spot. And
we had the extra additions to the roster.
Yeah, so they added Carlos Santana. Oh my God, I was reading a story about Santana. I don't know if you saw this. How excited he was, and it's been a lifelong dream, And he remembers playing in the World Series against the Cubs, and just to be here, and he wants to win a championship with the Cubs. It's a dream to play in Wrigley Field. And you read this beautiful story, and you're feeling really good about the story, and then it's like his first at-bat, he struck out in 3 pitches.
He's still happy, though.
Yeah, no, still
This
very
is
happy.
awesome.
Just didn't go very well. Like, you wanted to be like, oh, he hit the game-winning home run or the game-winning hit. Oh, no, he struck out in 3 pitches.
That's all right.
But he's still happy to be here.
He's still a good fielder. He's
for sure.
Not the hitter he was, but this is can't hurt, could help.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
Kevin Alcantara
more veteran experience,
is up too. So I'm a little surprised that they sent down Owen Casey, but you figure Alcantara is going to spell PCA in center field, maybe give him a rest against lefties, because PCA may be getting a little physically tired.
Yeah, maybe. Seems like it. Seems that way. I mean, his frustration's getting greater and deeper, more significant in at-bats.
I'm also told that mentally he might need a little bit of a break as well. Like, remember to start the year how available he was?
Yeah.
Doing every interview, and I guess
meeting with the ushers and
yeah, I think that as tends to happen sometimes in major markets, people take advantage of somebody being available and nice, and it burns them out.
He has to learn.
Yeah, I think he needs to maybe learn how to budget his availability so he doesn't get tired of some of that stuff.
Yeah, because that's all genuine and real though from him, which is why he
totally
did all of that stuff.
No, I'm not mad at him.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's hiding.
But it's hard. I mean, that's a lot.
Hard. It's
162. That's a grind. That's a long season to get through, and to start out where he started out, and there was MVP talk early on in the year, and I mean, is he still 2 in WAR in baseball? I mean, he was right behind Aaron Judge. I think he's still second in baseball in WAR.
Well, he is now he's like the new Trout in that because his defense is so good, he accrues WAR the moment he takes the field. So as of right now, he is 8th in F-WAR. Judge, Cal Raleigh, Bobby Witt Jr., Trey Turner, Shohei Ohtani, Corbin Carroll, Geraldo Perdomo, and PCA.
Okay.
Which is actually a fairly big drop. But his defense number of runs above average, 17.9, which is just incredible. Like, he's one of the single best defensive players in
the whole game. Yeah, and then Cubs and Braves tonight out at Wrigley, and it's showtime with Shota on the mound. And again, you can't lose. And that game you gave away in Colorado, you have to pick it up somewhere. And you couldn't lose that game.
There's a former Cub that is absolutely doing ridiculous things right now that one would not have expected based on his career arc and his age.
Yeah, it's insane. What if you haven't seen what Aroldis Chapman is doing in Boston? He's tied now for second all time on consecutive innings pitched without giving up a hit. So he's at 16 innings pitched without giving up a hit. His last time he gave up a hit was July 23rd. So he's gone 16 appearances. He's faced 45 batters. He's struck out 17. He's dropped his ERA from 1.31, which is insane, down to an even 1. In that time period of 16 appearances, he's gotten 10 saves, 1 win, and 1 hold, but has not given up a hit in 16 innings. And that ties him for second place all time. Now, do you know who the all-time leader is at 21 innings pitched?
21 innings without giving up a hit?
Without giving up a hit, and this goes back to 1977. And it's a familiar name in Chicago.
Suter?
No. North side.
So it is someone who played for the Cubs?
Played for the Cubs.
And 21 in 1977.
He was pitching for Cleveland at the time.
It's not Jim Kern. I'm trying. 70. So it was a reliever.
It's Dennis Eckersley.
Eck.
Yeah.
As a starter.
Yeah. As a starter.
As a drunk starter.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
No, I'm saying at the time.
Yeah, at the time. Yes. At the time.
Eck.
Yeah. 21 innings pitched.
I would never have gotten
that, right?
No.
I was looking at the list, and I had to double check I was seeing it correctly. The year, that is.
That's wild. I wonder how that was. I'd love to see how that was spread out.
Yeah, we'll pull it up. I can pull it up and take a look at it. And so then you have 1, 2, 3,
That's a
4.
great trivia question.
Yeah, 5. Now there's 6 with Chapman. There's 6 guys tied at second with 16.
16.
So
innings
one guy, Washington,
without a hit.
2015.
Strasburg.
Starter, Max Scherzer.
Okay.
Then we go to 1996, New York Yankees. He had maybe I don't
Rivera?
know. No, I wasn't going to say something. Maybe it was the wrong guy. I think that would have been bad if I said that clue. It was Dwight Gooden.
Okay.
Doc Gooden, 16. Now here's a name, 1986 from the Houston Astros. Let's see
Mike Scott.
Yes, Mike Scott. Very good.
Cheating.
19.
That guy was cutting up baseballs. That was
was he really?
That was like the dude in Naked Gun when they go out and he's got the belt sander on him. And yeah.
1974, Kansas City Royals.
Oh, 74 Kansas City. Paul Splittorff.
Nope.
Dennis Leonard.
Nope.
No. 74 Royals.
The fact that you named 2 is impressive.
Give me his initials.
SB.
It's not Steve Bedrock Bedrosian.
No, but it's Steve.
Stosh Bonson?
Steve
Barvin.
Busby.
Steve. Okay.
All right, and then the last one before we get to Chapman. This is an easy one. Angels 73. Year
Nolan Ryan
yes,
or
Nolan
Frank
Ryan.
Tanana.
Nolan
Okay.
Ryan. Yeah.
Okay.
So Dennis Eckersley, Max Scherzer, Dwight Gooden, Mike Scott, Steve Busby, Nolan Ryan, and now Aroldis Chapman has not given up a hit since July 23rd. 16 appearances, 16 innings pitched, 45 batters, 17 K, 10 saves, 1 win, 1 hold, 131 ERA, down to an even 1.
That is
unbelievable run.
It's sort of how he's doing it, where he's not only still throwing at that ridiculous velocity, he's finally got secondary and tertiary stuff that's working. And maybe credit to him, even though he's a piece of garbage. That we should say that, of course. That I
figured you'd get to it.
Well, what I remember about Aroldis Chapman was that's the first time with that World Series team that you had to make that the sports confrontation.
Yeah,
of you're rooting for someone you don't like, and ideally you never want that to happen. But I think that was a reconciliation, for better or for worse, for a lot of Chicago sports fans to say, all right, well, you know, if we're going to win this thing, that they're going to do this dispassionately, and Theo Epstein isn't going to try to pretend you got to like everybody, but he's eligible and he's good, and they're going to try to win some ball games, even though Joe Madden probably misused him and almost lost the World Series because of it.
Overused him.
Yeah, but that he was a marking point, I think, for people to be like, well, all right, I guess we got to carve out a little bit of room here in our brains to try to reconcile some of this stuff. But he's learned to use some other pitches. Boy, you start thinking about Hall of Fame for him, and I guess now that the rules are starting to take shape for how closers get in and how we define them, when you look at late career peaks or late career sort of aggrandizements and burnishments of Hall of Fame credentials, this is certainly up there. So we shall see. But Dennis Eckersley.
Yeah, so Eckersley went 21 innings without a hit on May 25th, 1977. He pitched against Cleveland Indians. He allowed only 1 hit in that span, 21 innings. So May of 1977. I'll take a look and see.
That's wild. And to do that, like, after a half a bottle of Jim Beam, pretty good. No, I'm not saying he pitched drunk. He enjoyed himself.
I think he admitted to that.
Oh, really?
I think he may have, or maybe it was just immediately after games, or he would definitely show up to games feeling the effects of throwing it down, but still.
Well, everybody did.
But I'm not sure at his level though.
No, but in 77,
was that when they were taking greenies, is that the regular coffee? Oh, okay.
No, that was
there was no cocaine in the coffee. That was just in the clubhouse.
No, you were getting into 77 was like the start of the cocaine era, when everybody was doing that all the time. So I think that helped you as much as the nitro coffee or whatever they had going.
Yeah, was it? They would just put the greenies in the coffee, right?
Yeah, they called it unleaded and leaded. They always had some sort of cute little code word for it. Yeah, your Chicago Cubs they loved that.
I just liked. I always enjoyed the guys that smoked cigarettes in the dugout. I was really surprised by the amount of smoking in Italy.
The lack of it?
No, the amount of it.
Yeah.
Tons of cigarettes.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Europe still enjoys.
Yeah, there's a lot of it, and like the booths in the glass booths in the airport, the smoking booths. You see those?
Oh,
the slider goes in, you walk in, and it just smoke comes billowing out.
Speaking of which, let's do our picks first, because
okay.
I have a non-sports observation that I mentioned at the top that I want to get into here that I'm trying to figure out. This is sort of the fact that I have a bad business mind.
Okay.
But let the record show both our picks came in when we talk about our. All right, help me. I'm going to give you a list, and you tell me. This is fairly easy, but I'm going to give you a list of 21 things, and then I want you to tell me what they have in common.
Okay.
All right? This is just what I wrote down. I kept this because I found this interesting. Vibe, Jars, Supergood, The Refinery, The Plug, Information Entropy, Mint, High Society, Timber, Elevated Exotics, Trap Stars, Farmhouse, with a PH, The Bloomery, King of Buds, Border Buds, Rolling Embers, URB, The Flower Bowl, Harbor Country Collective, and now I'm going to give it away, the last two of the 21, Cannabis Club and Pure Cannabis.
So did you actually see these signs?
Not only did I see the signs for these on the way to Harbor Country in Michigan, where we spent much of the weekend, on Red Arrow Highway and off of 94, I saw almost all of these. I saw
really?
19 of 21, and seeing them is part of this. What these are dispensaries
Right.
just over the Michigan border. These are Michigan-based dispensaries just over the northeastern border of Indiana.
I mean, it's one thing, like as you mentioned, to see the sign, but then to be able to see, like to get right off the highway and you're right there.
And there's one where all four, every corner has one, and the architecture is bizarre. Mm-hmm. There's no consistency to what these cannabis dispensaries are trying to do other than sell you weed. Every billboard headed that direction, and some the other direction, saying turn around and go back and get weed.
You missed it.
You missed
dummy.
it. I did. But every billboard, free ounce, free this, free that. And all the parking lots are almost empty. There's nobody there. This is Labor Day weekend. Where is everybody? And some are saying there's a lounge, a consumption lounge. Yeah. There's one that has an outdoor dining area that's got umbrellas and outdoor
like it's
tables.
A cafe. Yeah,
it's
a weed cafe.
And everything, the architecture is strange. Like everything was planted down there. Some are there's one I didn't even write down. Kush E-Mart. There's 22 then.
Kush.
Yes, I didn't
E-Mart?
Yes, like Quickie Mart,
Kush.
Cute, ha ha ha.
Kush here.
And some of these look like they're aimed at high school kids. Some of them are much more medicinal, information, entropy, medicine. Some look like there should be somebody in a white lab coat. You know, they can't even figure out what the vibe is. Maybe Vibe can.
Wait, when you it's funny you say that because it sparked something when you said that the architecture is weird. There's a dispensary in Wheeling. And I've driven past it a bunch of times on the way to baseball games, and it stands out because it's like a large purpley blue building, and the architecture is really weird. I never really knew what it was until I think coming back around, going back home, I was able to see the sign for it. But it's like there's a lounge. Why'd you say the architecture is weird?
Because this is, first of all, when you go to Michigan for a weekend, you're headed to Saugatuck, or you're thinking
like tulips and
you're thinking
lakes
vacation-y stuff, and everything is rustic, and it's bed and breakfasts, and it's apple picking.
Now it's weed and cherries,
which is fine.
Yeah.
but everything looks ridiculously out of place.
Yeah.
Especially along the Red Arrow Highway.
Yeah,
which, that's where you've got the little breakfast places and the farmers markets. And all of a sudden, there's this big, ultra-modern looking glass and steel industrial. It's all weird. And explain to me, like, if you live in Indiana, and what's the bet? The bet is, boy, people in Indiana, they're going to flock over here. In Illinois, we have it everywhere. It's on every block.
Yeah, they're all over.
First of all, most of the people vacationing there are from Chicago.
Right.
So they don't need to stock up, and they're bringing it with them. Were you really counting on a daily exodus of people from Indiana coming over? Well, honey, did you stop for weed today? We gotta pile up all our weed. Even if you were an everyday consumer, you'd go once a month. And you get your edibles and you get your whatevers and whatever you need medicinally and your CBD stuff. These giant parking lots. How many people? And at what point did one of these national companies be like, that market's saturated? And there's probably more. That's 22 that I found. And there are probably more. But I could not believe it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And we're already seeing contraction in microbrewing. Like the alcohol industry in general, fewer people are drinking.
Yep.
The GLP-1s have really changed that business too. And for health reasons, that those microbrews closing right and left. And the other thing about that area of Michigan is people got into hop farming and devoted some arable land to hop farming, and that was ill-timed because there's no place to sell those hops right now because the macro brews that are still doing okay don't need those hops, and that industry is really struggling in general. But how many of these are going to survive? They didn't. Sure,
yeah, especially that area where you have on the four corners. That seems like a bit much.
But even so, at some point, the math said to all of these companies, we must put a place here as quickly as possible.
Right.
And they all did. But I would love to see show me your work. I would love to see what explained that they thought that there was going to be this business there.
It's really interesting that you say how much of a contrast it is to see it, and particularly in that area. That makes a great deal of sense. Because it even, like I mentioned, that one in Wheeling, it really stands out. And this is in front of a Westin hotel. There's a strip mall.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right there.
Yeah.
So, but it stands out, and it's right in the middle of a very busy business district, and yet it still stands out. I couldn't imagine, like, you're on your way to, like, bed and breakfast country.
Yes.
That really, it's got to stand out significantly.
It's supposed to be beachy, and you're there to relax in the woods and do all that stuff. And we did, and it was lovely.
Yeah.
We had a terrific... And when I drove by, our friends, my guy John at Beer Church Brewery in New Buffalo, I drove by there. Packed.
Oh, yeah.
People, the multi-levels of the outdoor thing, people spilling out of there. So
absolutely. Last venture of summer for the weekend.
And the weather was just impossibly nice.
Yeah.
The weather was so glorious. We made a giant bonfire, and my cousin has...
Oh, you were with cousin ask you. You were with cousins and...
With the Blacks!
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yep, we were with the Blacks. And they've got these cool marshmallow toasting sticks that are made from repurposed putters.
Oh.
So they have the grip on there.
Oh, wow.
They're all repurposed putters with either a dual fork or an actual, like, table fork.
Are these the ones he bought, or did he make them?
The I don't know where they find. He's got stuff. There's just stuff that they find.
Looks for ways to spend money.
But it's so cool, though. It's so cool to not have an actual stick thing.
Yeah.
And, I get impatient. I always have to balance, like, how badly do I want some more now? Do I get a little char on it? I like mostly golden brown, tiny bit of char if you blow it out.
I don't even toast them. I'm not interested in that. I just don't do it.
Why? You're too good to toast a damn marshmallow?
Whatever. Like the kids do it. All the boys do it, and they make them black. I mean, it's disgusting.
You make the boys black?
No, the marshmallows when we do s'mores.
The marshmallows.
No, I don't make the boys black. But
okay.
They make the marshmallows black.
You're taking this football coaching very seriously.
Well, yeah, we had our
here's our plan.
We had a tough game in Barrington. Barrington had a good football team out there.
Coach Belichick.
Yeah, we know we took a loss in our opening weekend. That's fine. We'll bounce back this week at home against Huntley. So
you learn more from a bad day than a good day.
Yeah, I guess.
You know who told me that?
Who?
Terry Boers.
Bill Belichick. Did he really?
Terry Boers told me that. You learn, and it actually became a watchword for parenting of the second kid. Zoe didn't want to hear it. She's like, "Oh, stop with those stupid ass cliches." But when the kid's in sports and t-ball, you have a rough one. You got the sniffles in the car, and you're sad about it. You learn more from a bad day than a good day.
Well, that's absolutely true in life. And speaking of Terry Boers, one quick final college football thought. I watched College Game Day because I wanted to see the Lee Corso stuff because he made his final headgear pick.
It was a burial shroud.
And buddy, the lead up into it and like the video messages, it was really emotional. It was impactful. I mean, I got a little teary eyed watching it because it was really good.
Again, I've never seen it.
But then they bring him out and he can barely talk. And it like at a point it felt like elder abuse. And they made him put the Buckeye hat on and he the helmet, the whole headgear thing, and it went from being really sweet to like I'm really glad I watched this and saw it in person to this is really uncomfortable and someone should like do something and get him off stage.
I was expecting them to do that with Trump over the weekend.
Oh God.
Because it was so weird that
he disappeared for a few days. I heard that he had a stroke or something, or he's
social
ill.
media.
Yeah,
everybody I came downstairs and my daughter says that my wife said something like, "Hey, they think he might be dead." He's not dead.
No, he's not.
And then they showed the picture of him, and he didn't look great. So I mean,
he never looks great.
I know, but it was something like he didn't put the orange stuff on, and he's wearing the hat because he doesn't want to put his head in the hair machine.
Yeah, I heard there was they used an app for like this. Like they changed.
I want to bring that back. By the way, I can't stop doing
sack
that.
machine.
Sack machine.
Oh, there's the Walgreens by my house that I always go to. Do you remember the name? The caller. I wonder if Terry will tomorrow because Terry Boers will join us tomorrow.
Terry Boers joining us tomorrow. It's the whole show.
The whole show. Danzy from Waukegan. Remember that name?
I remember Danzy.
So
sure.
He works at the Walgreens by my house, and so I see him all the time. And so we'll always chat. And I mentioned to him about Dan Burnson Unfiltered and Forward Progress, and he was like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "I saw that on my phone." And I'm like, "Yeah." You should check it out. He goes, "I'm really happy for you guys." He shook my hand. He goes, "Hey, let me ask you." I'm like, okay, here comes the question. He goes, "What's Mike North up to?"
No.
Yeah, I swear to God, dude. He said, "What's Mike North up to?" Then he goes, "Hey, tell Terry Boers I said hello."
Okay.
Yeah, nothing for me.
Write it
nothing
down.
for you. He just said, "Tell Terry Boers hello. What's Mike North up to?" That guy was hysterical. That's what he said.
Well, he still is.
That's our guy, Danzy in Waukegan.
Hello.
So that's my guy I see all the time. Remember, tomorrow, DBU, Terry Boers will join the show. I'm very excited to talk to Uncle Terry.
As am I. I think it's going to be a lovely time, and we'll find out what he's up to, what he's thinking. We'll get his football information.
Yes.
Get him in the building. Get his football
you
information.
Talk about Bears silly,
a lot more.
Bears silly season.
A perfect time for Bears Silly Week.
It's Uncle Terry.
Yeah, and here's the thing, too. We're going to end up contributing to Bears Silly Week.
Yes.
And if you like the Bears, you also have to tune in to our Bears Only podcast, and that is Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast, which we host as well, Matt Abaticola and I. So make sure you grab that. There's going to be a new episode posting today.
Later today. Correct.
Dan Bernstein Unfiltered on 312 Sports.